One of the things that I've always tried to do, I think, is, and I believe this, and I've been told it doesn't work in business, if you do unto others, you should have them do unto you. That principle is probably the overriding principle of all human beings. It's just a rule, it's not practiced as often as it should be. We all know it, everybody knows it, but I believe in my heart of hearts that that's the way I try to treat people.
How would I describe Darol?
I would describe Darol Rodrock as bigger than life.
Driven.
Very charismatic.
I mean, he's just an icon. He's passionate about whatever he does.
A robust bundle of amazing energy that just lives out loud.
An amazing leader and mentor.
Darol is innovative. He's quite handsome.
Friend, father figure, just a dynamo.
Passionately driven man. Did I say handsome?
If you're around Darol every day, you wouldn't need caffeine.
Darol Rodrock is a visionary. He's one of the most amazing developers in Kansas City.
To understand Darol Rodrock, you need to know a little about his childhood. His father left the family when Darol was 4. He and his 3 siblings found themselves in an orphanage in Winfield, Kansas. Darol was in and out of foster homes until at the age of 12, he ran away. He was eventually taken in by a teacher named Levon Robinson. The Robinsons taught Darol about unconditional love and family. They saw to it he was educated. Darol earned a master's degree from the University of Kansas. He became a high school teacher at Shawnee Mission West, where he coached a number of wrestling teams to state championships. While he and his wife Karen worked to raise their 3 children, Darol began painting houses on the side. That eventually led to building houses. And finally, this self-made man became a developer. But Darol's childhood lessons led him to one simple truth. It's not enough to build houses. You need to build homes. You need to build communities, places where neighbors connect and families dream.
We want you to buy where you want to raise your kids. And I think that commitment to people is what developing to me is all about.
Darol cares about the individual immensely, and he wants happy people living in his communities.
It's really nice when you walk through the neighborhood and there's a lot of activity there all the time. All the people know each other and they stop and talk, and it's just a really nice, friendly place to live.
When you drive through a Rodrock community, people are out and about talking to their neighbors, kids are out playing. It just seems like America.
His vision for each community was that people have a true sense of community right away.
He set up the Moms Council. Moms Council.
Mom's Council.
Ready?
They do hay rides, and they just do a lot of things, different things like that to bring people together so that everybody knows their neighbors.
There you go. Gentle. Gentle.
Well, we had the Santa sleigh and Santa here to visit.
Merry Christmas to you.
Just all sorts of fun activities for the kids.
We had a wonderful hayride with the horses and got to see Santa, and there's food and beverages and just a lot of community, welcoming and warmth inside.
When you work full-time, you come home and you're able to just get out and people are out and about and visit.
It's exciting though. We haven't had a neighborhood that's been this close and close-knit and had this many activities before, so.
We've only been here 2 months and we really feel like we're part of this community already. And we're very happy with the choice we made to come out here.
Hit him on the nose. Let's go see Santa. Hi, nice horse. Thanks for the ride. Nice.
For me, it was a case where dads and moms were really involved with each other and their children. And I didn't have that as a child raised in an orphanage, so it meant a lot to me to watch the dads be involved with each one of those communities.
For more than 35 years, this man's been making a big impact, developing communities that feel like small towns. There are more than 70 Rodrock developments in Johnson County, and more than 25,000 people call Rodrock communities home.
All the communities we looked at, the Rodrock community stood out the most.
It's consistent, it's safe, it's nice, well kept.
My brother and his new wife are also just moving in. They bought the house right behind us, and they're moving in just because we told them that it was great.
Homeowners are attracted to Rodrock communities because of their integrity. Builders and agents are attracted to the Rodrock vision.
Darol Rodrock is probably the best developer, best person I've ever seen with a big picture.
And I don't know if he's, just lucky or if it's just raw talent. I think it's a lot of each.
So whatever the vision is, it's going to be great. They do a lot of great things, and I'd like to be a part with Pretty Homes involved in the Rodrock communities.
His visions are the same thing as what mine are as far as getting families the best opportunity that they can possibly get to raise their family.
Obviously for James Ingle Custom Homes, it was an easy choice when Darol asked us to be in his communities.
If he tells you he's going to do something, he follows through with it and does it. And he really wants you to succeed.
I think you have a leg up when you're in building a Darol Rodrock community, just because it has such a good reputation with the real estate agents and the people in town that there really is a difference.
Certainly there's lots of different housing choices out there. People can live anywhere. But I think we all have that desire internally to live somewhere that we can truly feel that sense of home. And that's what Rodrock Developments have been able to accomplish, in my opinion. They've been able to turn a house into a home, and a neighborhood of streets into a true community where people feel a sense of belonging.
He's been a realtor, he's been a builder, he's been a developer, and he understands. He understands every aspect of it. And that's one thing that leads to success over the long run.
It has to be a community of people that are dedicated to the vision of what we want to do. The real estate community, the builder and the developer come together and say, we're going to serve people.
I think he set the gold standard for the Johnson County area.
I think Darol's vision was to create communities that would stand the test of time. He did the beautiful stone monuments, the beautiful wrought iron fencing.
The fountains, the walking trails, the pools, the lakes and everything. It's really just a true reflection of Darol himself building a great family community.
I've sold in Rodrock communities in Shawnee, Lenexa, Overland Park, Olathe, and the reason for that is you know how things are going to go. Everything is very predictable in a good way, and you have a satisfied client at the end of the day.
The homes in the neighborhood sell themselves because of what he's created.
He made a lot of people in this town a lot of money.
He has changed people's lives. He has changed the lives of many of us agents.
Darol used to have a license tag that said LDR. He always said it stood for Lucky Darol Rodrock. Well, I think it was a lot more than luck. I think it was a lot of hard work and vision. And I think that the builders, the agents, the subs, the vendors, and everyone that was associated, we were the lucky ones because we were able to work for such a fine person and build a fine life for ourselves.
The Rodrock tradition is going to continue. Darol Rodrock is committed to the future, finishing what we have, and looking for other opportunities to provide communities.
He's thinking ahead probably 20, 30, 50 years right now.
Even in the future, the lessons Darol Rodrock learned as a young boy will continue to drive his commitment, and his simple, proven formula will continue to benefit everyone who comes in contact with lucky Darol Rodrock.
If there was also just one thing that, what makes Rodrock different is how he treats people. Darol just has this unique sense of fairness. And I mean, he's really, obviously, he's really competitive. He likes to win. There's no question about it. But he likes to win in a realm of fairness. And if everybody else doesn't win, he doesn't win.
He said this to me before, I do the right things for the right reasons. And that speaks of his heart and his integrity and just how he feels about life and how people should be treated. When you talk about the cup of water, is it half full or half empty? And if you say whatever you say, he says, no, it's not, it's overflowing.
first met Darol, what was your first impression of him?
Oh my God.
Darol, he's, you're cutting some of the stuff out, right? So, okay.
He says that he would tell you that he's a white-collar redneck.